Beloved, listen to my whisper. You have wondered if the story of your life has reached its end. If the chapters of usefulness have already been written. If the pen has been set aside. But I tell you, I am not done with you. The author of beginnings is also the author of continuations. I do not close a book before its final page. I do not discard a vessel while breath remains within. You are not forgotten, not abandoned, not sidelined. My hands still hold you. And my plans still breathe over you. Beloved, remember how many I chose after they thought their seasons had ended. Moses was 80 when the fire spoke from the bush. Abraham was aged when promise became flesh. Sarah laughed in doubt yet held a child of covenant. Peter wept in shame yet fed my sheep. Paul persecuted yet proclaimed. Do you see the pattern? I am not done. When you think failure writes the conclusion, I reveal it as the introduction to grace. When you think time has slipped away, I redeem years and call them seed for tomorrow. So breathe, beloved. You are still alive because I am not finished. The breath in your lungs is evidence of purpose still unfolding. Do not surrender to despair's voice. Do not believe the lie that your best has passed. With me, the best is never behind. It always waits ahead. Trust this whisper. I am not done with you. Beloved child, there are dreams I planted in you long ago that you buried under disappointment. You thought they had died, but they were only resting in the soil of waiting. Now my spirit is breathing on them again. You will feel stirrings where you felt silence, courage where you felt collapse. This is not imagination. It is restoration. For I am the God who makes dry bones live, who calls what is not as though it were, who raises what others have buried. Do not despise the delay, it has only You thought weakness disqualified you. But weakness is the very place where my strength shines brightest. You thought mistakes removed you. But mistakes are the material from which I weave mercy. You thought endings meant over. But endings in me mean beginning. I am not done with you. Even your scars will testify. Even your failures will prophesy. Even your losses will sing. What others called ruins, I call foundations. What others named wasted, I name holy. Nothing in your life escapes my redemption. Beloved, rise. Shake the dust. Lift your head. The hand that formed galaxies still shapes your days. The one who called light out of darkness still calls destiny out of you. Do not give up. Do not give in. Do not believe the final word has been spoken. For I alone hold the final word. And I whisper again, I am not done with you. Beloved, listen carefully now. You live in a culture that idolizes youth and speed, that worships beginnings but despises middles. Yet I do my deepest work in seasons that feel like pauses. I am not hurried, and neither must you be. I form character in hidden years. I shape wisdom in quiet decades. I build resilience in unanswered prayers. Do not think delay means denial. Do not mistake silence for absence. I am closer than ever in the waiting. And waiting itself is part of the calling. Beloved, do not curse the years behind you. They were not wasted. Every valley taught you to pray. Every loss taught you to see. Every failure drove you to grace. Every unanswered longing carved space for glory yet to be revealed. Nothing is wasted in my hands. And because of that, I am not done with you. You may feel worn, but I call you seasoned. You may feel weary, but I call you ready. You may feel overlooked, but I call you chosen. Trust my voice over every other. Trust my presence over every doubt. Trust. So rise, beloved, not with arrogance but with assurance. You are still here, and I am still here. And together we are not done. I am unfolding new chapters. I am opening fresh doors. I am writing promises into your days. The ink has not dried. For my hand is steady, and my heart is set. I am not done with you. Beloved one, Your past is not a prison strong enough to keep you from my future. Shame may echo, but my blood speaks louder. Regret may accuse, but my mercy overrules. Fear may forecast, but my love fulfills. You are not chained to yesterday, because I have broken the locks. Do not keep returning to sit in cells whose doors I have already opened. Walk forward. The light you see ahead is not a mirage. It is me. Guiding, inviting, reminding you that I am not done with you. Beloved, restoration is my specialty. I restore years. I restore dignity. I restore identity. I restore joy. What was stolen, I recover. What was broken, I mend. What was empty, I fill. And when I restore, it is never partial. It is pressed down, shaken together, running over. Look at the cross and see it. What seemed like an ending was resurrection in disguise. Look at your scars and hear it. They are not symbols of defeat but of survival, of grace, of the fact that I am not done with you. Lift your eyes, child. Do not measure your future by your failures. Do not calculate your destiny by your disappointments. Do not draft your worth by the opinions of others. I authored you, I named you, I destined you, and my declaration stands eternal. I am not done with you. Beloved, I know the heaviness you carry, the weight of comparison, the ache of loneliness, the fatigue of striving, yet my whisper cuts through the noise. Rest, for I am not done with you, and the work ahead will not be carried by your strength alone. My spirit will empower, my grace will sustain, my joy will renew. I have never asked you to finish in your own might what I began in my mercy. Depend on me, and you will see fruit you could never manufacture. Depend on me, and you will find peace that. Beloved, remember Elijah under the broom tree, weary and ready to give up. He thought his ministry was over. Yet I fed him, restored him, sent him again. Remember Jonah in the belly of the fish, convinced his usefulness had drowned. Yet I spoke, released him, used him to spark revival. Remember John on Patmos, exiled and alone, yet I showed him visions of eternity. Do you see, beloved, I am not done with you. When you think all is over, I am writing anew. When you collapse in weakness, I lift in strength. So hold on, eat what I provide, drink what I pour, rest in what I promise. The journey is long, but it is not over. For I, your God, declare again, I am not done with you. Beloved, if this truth is stirring your heart, let it not remain in silence. Carry it to others who also feel forgotten. Take a moment now to like this message so it reaches you again. Add a comment with your testimony. Share it with someone who needs hope. And stay connected so these whispers of life continue to find you. As you do, you are not only receiving, you are becoming a vessel through which others hear me say, I am not done with you. Now breathe, beloved, and walk with new strength. You are surrounded, upheld, carried. Heaven's resources are not scarce. Angels are not weary. My spirit is not diminished. Everything you need for the next chapter is already within reach. Because I am within reach. Do not fear starting again. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not resist fresh callings. My nearness will make the impossible possible. And my love will write new paragraphs into your days. Trust me, for I am not done with you. Beloved child, when doubts shout loudly, return to my promises. They are not paper but stone. Not wishful thinking but covenant. I have promised never to leave nor forsake you. And I do not break covenant. I have promised to finish what I begin. And I am the faithful finisher. I have promised that nothing, neither death nor life, angels nor demons, present nor future, can separate you from my love. Anchor yourself here, for here you will find strength to walk on. When voices accuse, when fear cripple, beloved, courage will rise again, joy will bloom again. Strength will return again. This season is not your last. This valley is not your grave. This silence is not your ending. I am not done with you. Lift your eyes. Take the next step. Speak the next prayer. Sing the next song. The future is not barren. The future is pregnant with promise. And you will live to see it. So walk, beloved, not in fear but in faith. Walk, not in despair but in hope. Walk, not in regret but in redemption. My presence goes before you. My mercy surrounds you. My love carries you. Trust this. The story is not over. I am not done with you. Beloved, be still and let these words come to rest in the deepest part of you. I know the chapters you think are ruined, the sentences you cannot finish, the paragraphs stained with tears. I have read every line without turning away. Hear me clearly. I am not done with you. This is not a slogan for a tired heart, but the decree of the one who began a good work and refuses to abandon it. Where you see dead ends, I see doorways. Where you see rubble, I see foundations. Where you see an ending, I see an opening I planned before you learned to name your grief. I am not finished, not reluctant, not half-hearted. I am steadfast. I am here. I am still writing. You think your missteps voided the promise. That detours disqualified the journey. That time has outpaced grace. But grace does not run out of breath. It finds you in the far country and leads you home without humiliation. You call yourself behind. I call you becoming. You call it too late. I call it exactly when the roots are ready to break the soil. This is my way. I raise gardens from ground that seemed exhausted. I light lanterns in corridors that felt endless. I set tables in the wilderness and teach the heart to feast where it only learned to survive. Beloved child, I have watched you hold your breath at the edge of new things. Afraid to hope because hope has been expensive. I am not offended by your caution. I have come to steady it. Take the next small step. Not because you can predict the outcome, but because I am the outcome that holds you. Your future is not a gamble you must win. It is a promise I am keeping. The lines you fear have been erased are written in ink that storms cannot smudge. You do not rebuild alone. Put your hand in mine. Feel how surely I lead. My pace will not crush you. My voice will not confuse you. My presence will not fail you. I am not done with your mind. Where anxiety has built a fortress, I will lay gentle siege with peace until the gates open to rest. I am not done with your body. Where weariness sits heavy, I will teach a Sabbath that heals more than hours can measure. I am not done with your relationships. Where words have frayed trust, I will weave patience and truth and turn conversation into communion. I am not done with your calling. Where doors closed loudly, I am shaping a quieter door you would have missed if you were not walking this slower way. Nothing is wasted. Even pauses are paragraphs that prepare the next sentence of your life. Come closer and listen to me. Remember you to yourself. I remember your first yes. When your faith trembled yet leaned forward. I remember the vow you made in ordinary rooms that smelled like coffee and humility. I remember the hunger for me that rose like a tide you could not explain. I have not forgotten those beginnings. And I do not despise your middles. I know the days when the tide seemed to go out and never return. I know the long stretches where prayer felt like desert wind and worship felt like standing outside a door. But I was not on the other side ignoring you. I was beside you, teaching your roots to drink from underground rivers. Beloved, do not misread my silence. It is not absence but artistry. I was shaping language that would one day fit a deeper joy. I was curing timber for bridges you have not yet crossed. I was braiding strength into your patience, making it a cord that does not snap when seasons pull hard. When you could not see me, I kept seeing you. When you could not find me, I kept finding ways to keep you from harm you never knew was near. You are still here because I am still here. And this is not the end of anything except the lie that your life is stalled beyond redemption. I am not done with your courage. I will not let fear narrate the rest of your days. I will teach you the bravery of small obediences, the audacity of showing up without the whole plan, the strength of telling the truth kindly and standing by the truth gently. I will train your yes to be holy and your no to be whole. You will no longer waste breath apologizing for the light I placed in you. You will no longer shrink to fit rooms that were never designed for your calling. Humility is not erasing yourself. Humility is accurately agreeing with what I say about you. And I say you are mine. You are called, and I am not done. So let us walk through the rooms of memory together. That moment when betrayal broke your trust. I was there catching the pieces like a potter who already knows he will throw the clay again. That season when scarcity mocked you. I multiplied manna you never saw with your eyes. That hour when shame pressed its stamp on you. I lifted it with a kindness that does not wear out. Everything that threatened to finish you became raw material for a future you could not picture. I am building from what tried to bury you. Graves are where seeds learn resurrection. Beloved, the voices around you have been loud. Some told you to hurry. Others told you to hide. Neither voice is mine. My voice calls you to walk with me at the pace of love, which is slower than fear and faster than resignation. We will not sprint to prove worth, nor will we sleep to avoid risk. We will keep step, breath by breath, day by day, with an honesty that allows you to rest when it is time and rise when it is time. I am not done teaching you this rhythm. It is the cadence of people who last. I am not done with your questions. Bring them. I do not scold for wanting understanding. I answer some with clarity and others with companionship. But I answer all with myself. Ask me what you need to ask. Tell me where you do not trust. You will not be thrown from my presence for uncertainty. The ones who walked closest with me asked often and still learned to recognize the pulse of my heart. You will as well. I am not done reshaping the story you tell about yourself. You have rehearsed a narrative of almost and not enough. It is time to learn another language. Start by naming what I name. You are beloved. You belong. You are being made new. My workmanship is not a rumor. It is your reality, unfolding even on days that feel like rewinds. The arc is forward. The gravity is grace. The destination is joy that does not depend on applause or outcome. So, take stock with me. Where do you feel most unfinished? That is where I love to work. Where do you feel most disqualified? That is where my mercy is already building a platform for testimony. Where do you feel most late? That is where I am redeeming time in ways that will one day make sense even to your strictest doubts. I write long stories because I am making thorough people. You are one of them. I am not done with you. Beloved child, some days you call yourself stuck because movement is smaller than your imagination prefers. But small is not stuck when it is steady. Plant your feet in today and notice the gifts I have poured quietly around you. The roof that held, the friend who texted, the idea that flickered, the meal that satisfied, the breath that calmed, the line you read at the right time, the mercy you felt without words. These are not background noise. These are neon signs that the author has not closed the book. Lift your chin. The page is turning. I am not done delivering you from the heavy armor you put on to make it through. You learn to survive by becoming hard on the surface while remaining tender underneath. It kept you for a while, but it is not how you will flourish. I am teaching you a new protection. The strength of soft that knows it is shielded by love. You will unlearn the reflex to brace for impact and learn the reflex to breathe in my nearness. You will confront without contempt, confess without self-loathing, create without desperation, and care without depletion. This is the fruit of a soul convinced that I am not done and that I am not distant. I am not done with your craft. Your work, your stewardship of the talents I trusted to you. Excellence will return without perfectionism. Focus will return without frenzy. You will bring your skill like an offering, not a performance, and find that joy grows in the soil of purpose when fear is not allowed to poison the roots. I will give you mentors and companions. A table where iron sharpens iron but no one bleeds. I will restore the wonder of learning and the playfulness of trying again. Beloved, I am not done reconciling what fractured. Some bridges must be rebuilt, others must be replaced, and some must be left behind with blessing. I will give wisdom to know which is which. You do not have to force doors I have sealed, but you also do not have to nail shut doors I have left ajar. Walk softly and ask me often. I am skilled at mending hearts and untangling histories. Forgiveness will not erase boundaries, it will make them clean. Love will not ignore truth, it will tell it without violence. Peace will not require pretending, it will require presence. And I am giving you that in abundance. I am not done healing the places in you that learn to expect disappointment more than goodness. Your nervous system has been trained by storms to scan the horizon for more thunder. I am reteaching your body to recognize safety. Sleep will deepen, breath will lengthen, laughter will surprise you in rooms where you used to whisper. You will not live braced for impact, you will live braced by love. I will show you how to be at home in yourself again. Beloved child, I am not done writing beauty into ordinary hours. Sacredness will visit your desk, your kitchen, your commute, your conversations, your errands. Altars will hide in plain sight. The divine will brush your shoulder in grocery lines and at crosswalks. I will meet you before meetings and after hard words. I will thread strength into the minutes that used to feel empty. Every day will become a page where presence is the plot. You will no longer measure your worth by dramatic outcomes but by faithful communion. Pause with me for a moment here in the middle and let hope take root. If this message is strengthening you, like this message so it returns to you. Add a comment with your reflection. Share it with someone who needs courage today. And subscribe so these quiet whispers keep finding you in the days ahead. Then lift your eyes again, because I am not done, and we are still walking. Beloved, I am not done pruning what steals life from you. Distractions dressed as duties will fall away. Obligations born from fear will loosen their grip. You will learn to say yes where grace flows and no where grace is absent. This will not shrink your life, it will clarify it. You will have more room for people, more energy for purpose, and more margin for wonder. Simplicity will become strength. Focus will become freedom. I am not done teaching you to bless without bargaining. You often felt you had to choose between kindness and clarity, generosity and wisdom, compassion and courage. In me, these are not enemies, they are allies. I will teach you how tenderness and truth walk side by side. I will show you how to release what you cannot carry and carry what is truly yours without resentment. In this way, your boundaries will become bridges and your words will become nourishment. I am not done redeeming the years you call wasted. What you learned in the shadows will become light for others. You will not glamorize your pain, but you will not hide it either. You will tell the truth about the valley and the companion who would not leave. And that truth will become a map. People will trace your steps and find water where you found it. Nothing is wasted in the hands that formed worlds from formlessness. Beloved child, I am not done surprising you with goodness. You have lowered expectations to avoid hurt. Lift them toward me. Expect me, not outcomes. Expect presence, not predictability. Expect guidance, not guarantees. This expectancy will not make you naive, it will make you resilient. When disappointment visits, it will not be your landlord. It will be a guest who stays briefly and leaves wiser. Hope will not be a risk you fear. It will be a rhythm you trust. I am not done strengthening your voice. Not the volume that strives to be heard, but the resonance that carries when spoken softly. You will speak blessing that breaks cycles. You will speak peace that quiets rooms. You will speak truth that opens windows in stale spaces. Your words will weigh more because they will be sourced from communion, not reaction. People will notice the difference without knowing how to name it. They will simply breathe easier around you. I am not done making you a person of joy. Not the brittle smile that hides exhaustion, but the steady gladness that springs from belonging. Joy will sit beside sorrow without being threatened by it. Joy will move with grief without being muted by it. Joy will stay when circumstances shift because its roots are in me. This is how unfinished becomes flourishing. This is how not done becomes well begun again. Every morning, beloved, I am not done opening your eyes to wonder. You will see how dew on grass is a parable of mercy. How morning light is a sermon about faithfulness. How the quiet at night is a sanctuary for trust. Creation will become a choir and you will learn its hymns. This attention will not distract you from responsibility. It will deepen your capacity for it. People who notice beauty often carry courage quietly. You will be one of them. I am not done making you unafraid of process. You have wanted destination more than formation because formation takes time and touches tender places. But do you see how gently I work? I will not rip out what can be healed. I will not rush what needs rooting. I will not skip lessons that become your wisdom later. You will not be behind. You will be built. And when winds rise, built things stand. I am not done inviting you to ask for help. I am sending allies whose strengths complement yours. Let them stand on the wall with you. Let them bring tools you do not own. Let them rest your arms when they grow tired. The myth of self-sufficiency is a lonely religion. I made you for communion. Your restoration will be a choir piece. And I am the conductor. Together we will make music that lasts. Beloved child, I am not done guarding your heart. I will show you what to let in and what to leave outside. I will make you a gatekeeper who knows the difference between a guest and a thief. You will not confuse drama with depth or noise with significance. Quiet will become a friend. Solitude will become fertile. You will stop calling exhaustion normal and begin to call it a warning light. I will teach you how to repair before you rupture. I am not done shaping your imagination. You will stop picturing worst-case scenarios as prophecy and start picturing faithful responses as practice. The future will no longer be a monster under the bed. It will be a field where we walk together, noticing the flowers and also mending the fences. I will help you prepare without panic and plan without pride. You will live ready rather than rigid. I am not done establishing your legacy. You will plant truths that outlive you. You will bless people who never learn your name. You will invest in foundations others will build on. You will not hoard your days. You will seed them. And when you look back, you will not measure success by crowds or clamor, but by the quiet fruit of changed lives in rooms where no spotlight ever shone. Beloved, hear me say it again in the tone your soul recognizes as home. I am not done with you. I am not done speaking when you sleep and strengthening when you wake. I am not done gentle in the morning and fierce for you at noon. I am not done patient in your questions and present in your work. I am not done leading you through narrow places into wide spaces. I am not done breaking shame and building confidence, untying knots and teaching you new knots that hold good things together. I am not done with your prayers. Some will be answered quickly, not to spoil you but to show you I am close. Others will take time, not to discourage you but to deepen you. None will be ignored. Even the sighs you do not know how to translate are gathered and given back as strength. Keep praying, not because the right words unlock me like a puzzle, but because prayer keeps you in the conversation where love changes the contours of your heart. I am not done bringing you home to yourself and to me. The journey is long, but it is also lovely. We will stop to drink water. We will stop to watch the sky turn. We will stop to laugh. And we will keep moving. Slow enough to notice grace and sure enough to resist despair. I began this work. I am continuing this work. I will complete this work. Lift your face. Loosen your shoulders. Breathe deep. I am here, and I am not done.